Be strong and get healthy. Stretch. Feel great about yourself and have some fun. It's time for you. Fitness is the key to your future. Don't get locked out. Take the challenge. Commit to be fit. Thanks for joining me today on Commit to be Fit. I'm Susie Smith. I'm preparing for a fitness challenge that I've never done before, and I've been in the fitness industry for over 30 years. So I would like to introduce to you my guest today, Paul Tripoli. Thanks for coming back on the show, Paul.
Susie, a pleasure.
It's always fun.
This is my third visit to your show, and after this it might be the last one. I don't know.
Well, Paul has gotten me involved in something called the Wild Warrior Challenge. What is this, Paul? What am I getting myself into?
Well, Susie,
I've got duct tape here. I don't know.
That's going to be a key ingredient. The Wild Warrior Challenge is one of a series of mud races. There's any number of mud races throughout the tri-state area, actually throughout the country. But this one in particular is put on by the West Virginia Army ROTC in cooperation or in conjunction with West Virginia University. The Wild Warrior Challenge, like a lot of these mud races, is a 5K obstacle course race, and mud is the operative word.
So I'm going to get dirty?
You are going to get really dirty. So today what I'd like to talk to you about is some of the equipment and clothing that I wear in doing the challenges, and I've run several of them in the past 3 years, my wife as well. And these are open, I should say, to men and women of all ages above 18, and in some of the programs they actually have a children's challenge. This one in particular is all adults, and they have various start times. So we're going to be in one of the heats. I know I'm signed up and my wife is. I know you're going to sign up.
Yeah, I'm signing up today. Just trying to find out what I'm getting myself in for, but I trust Paul, so I might not after today, I'm not sure, but as of right now, I trust you, Paul. I think we're going to have a great time.
We're going to have a ball. So let's talk about basic equipment.
Okay, like what do I need to, do I just wear regular clothes, or?
I see people wearing a variety of clothes. For the most part, what you want to wear is, I like rather tight-fitting shorts, and I often run in the shorts even in the colder weather because I want to feel that I have freedom of movement in my legs.
Oh, good idea.
I think really the main thing though is wicking, because there's going to be mud, there's going to be water, and so something that is able to channel off water quickly.
Okay.
So standard running shorts, nothing fancy.
Okay.
Remember, you will get muddy, so don't be personally attached to any of your clothing because it might not wash out.
Okay, so we're running through the mud.
In addition, I like wearing a tight-fitting shirt because you're going to be in the mud and water. You don't want something that's very loose, because when it gets wet, it's going to be more loose and it's going to hang on to that water and mud.
So you probably don't want like a cotton t-shirt that would hold the water and drag you down?
Correct. A big mistake that I see people commit is that they wear sweatpants, the heavy cotton sweatpants, and those things will hold about 50 gallons of water, so don't wear sweatpants. So again, wicking is very important, something that'll channel off the water. And then you can see here, I like wearing a headpiece only because the wind might be blowing. This event is next weekend. We can't predict what the weather will be, so I like a little head cover, and just to keep my hair neat, because we'll be crawling, we'll be running.
We're going to crawl?
We'll be climbing.
Okay.
We're going to be rappelling on a rope.
I did see a picture of that. Are we going over like a river on a rope or something?
Well, I don't know if I can tell all the secrets, but one of the obstacles is a rope crawl underneath over top of a pond.
Okay.
And it's kind of a rappel or an opossum, if you will.
Okay.
And that's a tough one. That's for sure, and that's not right at the beginning of the race. That's somewhere in the middle.
Oh, so you're warmed up by then. Okay, good.
The challenge here is that it's a run primarily, so we have to be in decent running shape, but you also have to have a good core so that you're able to handle these other obstacles.
Okay.
Other equipment that I think is most important is the shoe. Now, because it's going to get muddy, some people don't want to invest a lot of money in a shoe. I do these several times throughout the year, so I bought a more expensive shoe. At the end of some of these challenges, however, you can donate your abused shoe.
I heard about that. That's a great idea, to donate the shoe.
Donate the shoe, they send them out to be cleaned up, and then they're donated around the world, given to certain charities to distribute. For me, this is about my third pair of these, and they have a nice knobby surface so that you can have a lot of traction.
Okay.
If this is something that you're going to do maybe one time to try it out, I wouldn't invest a lot of money in the shoe, except to note that it should have a good grip on the bottom.
Is that like to get up that wall that we're going to climb, or?
Really, because of the amount of mud that there is,
And it
you
helps
want to
you get
be
through
able
it?
to get the mud off out of the tread. A standard tennis shoe ends up slick,
Oh, okay. Then
and you're
gonna
not able
slide
to
and
have
fall.
much traction.
Okay, that sounds great.
All
So,
right.
anything else that we need? Like, what about if I'm running, and you said something about my shoes might get caught in the mud?
Well, that's where our friend the duct tape comes in, and this is our good friend, and I brought purple to kind
Thank
of
you.
match.
I have to have matching duct tape.
The duct tape is essential, actually, because we found with other tape, like athletic tape, that it just comes right off in the mud and the water. Duct tape is the way to go. I always bring extra rolls for other people that maybe are new to it, the sport, and I like handing it out because one of the main things is, of course, the camaraderie.
And having fun. Yeah,
Having
that's
a
what
lot
it's
of
about.
fun. So I'm going to show you some duct taping, how we can tape the shoe on, because if you don't have it on you securely, it will end up in the mud.
Want that foot up there?
We will be doing this after we warm up, though.
Okay.
I like keeping my hands forward, always forward moving.
Well,
Keep a nice even stride.
I'm not much of a runner. I have run a marathon, but I'm not a fast runner. But I can hang in there now.
Well, that's what's good about these races. It's a run, but you don't have to be fast, just consistent.
Okay, we can do that.
She wins already.
Yeah.
All right,
Ready to go? Want to sprint back?
let's go back. I'm not going to sprint because I'm not loosened up enough
Okay,
yet,
I
but
was
you
just
can
teasing.
sprint if you want.
just jagging you.
All right.
Okay.
And then try and get your heels up now. We're going to do a little butt kick. Little butt kick.
Oh, yeah, that one.
Let's go ahead and stretch.
Okay, Paul.
Feet apart, a little further than shoulder width.
Okay.
And these look like yoga moves, so we're going to put our arms straight up, big stretch, and instead of trying to stand on our toes, I want you to just really reach up with your fingers
Oh,
as
that
high
feels
as you
good.
can,
Yeah. feels
and then
good.
from there we're going to go straight down into a flat back. Hold that pose, and you're going to feel the tension on your hamstrings.
Good stretch.
It's a good stretch. And then go ahead and fold down and just gently rock side to side. Let your back relax. Let those hamstrings stretch. And then go ahead and take a hold of either the left or the right foot. And then we're going to go ahead and stretch that hamstring. But the technique that I use is don't bring your head down to your foot, bring your chest down. So make sure to bring your chest down.
Oh, that gives you a better stretch leading with the chest.
Breathe it out. Oh, yeah, that's better. And then slowly release and walk it over to the left. Same thing, you can keep your hands on the ground, or you can grab an ankle, wherever you're most comfortable. But again, lead with your chest going down toward the ground.
So we're trying to keep the chest lifted and getting a better stretch that way. That feels good. One thing I like to mention here is sometimes I see people bouncing in stretches, Paul. The worst thing you can do is to bounce into a stretch.
We don't want to snap the muscle.
No.
We want to make sure to progress into the stretch. I like to bounce just a bit. I don't want to contradict what we just said, but while I'm in
Pulsing.
the flex, it's a pulsing.
It's a
Very well
pulsing.
said. So that's my next move. I like to go down
Okay.
in a squat and don't bear down hard. And I like to drive my elbows into the inside of my knees so that we can stretch
Okay.
inside here. That gets tight.
Yeah. Definitely.
And we want to be very loose and flexible for these runs. Any exercise, we need to be loose and flexible.
I think people skip stretching because they feel it's a waste of time, but it's so important.
This is all plyometric move. So we're going to do 10 reps, all right? So bend down, and you always jump from the bottom. Jump.
Jump and touch.
Jump. Jump. 3, 4, and join in any time.
Okay, so I'm going to
Down.
just squat.
Jump. Good. Jump. Now get a little deeper in your squat. Spring from the bottom. Good.
missed
Keep
it.
going. That's all right. Because as we keep doing them, you'll see that you get better at it. Very good. Keep going.
Wow. Okay.
Elbows.
And we're staying down low. Okay.
Elbows and knees. Just a crawl. Breathe it out. And feel it in your core.
Oh yeah.
Your obliques.
Yeah.
Now try and lower your butt a bit. That's it.
Okay.
Now you're way down. Breathe. And when you get to the end, make sure you come up out and come up slowly. We always want to get that breath when we get up,
That's good.
because you'll be very excited when you do these things. Your heart rate will be real high because you're all worked up. So make sure you pace yourself. No speed records, okay?
Now, I'm not going for speed.
Okay. We're going to do a squat, kind of a march to the first cone.
Okay.
Then we'll stand up, and we're going to do just a carry to the second cone, and then, or to the third cone, and then back again a squat. I'll show you.
Okay, you'll do it first?
The reason for the log
Okay.
is in a lot of these mud challenges, they may have you actually pick up an object and put it on your back or carry it on your shoulder.
Okay.
And remember, the terrain is muddy. And so the better you are at knowing what's coming up or being prepared of what's coming up through your training, the better you'll do in the race. So one way to train is a low center of gravity. I watch people try and carry, and they're going uphill and they're slipping and sliding. When you have weight on your shoulders, it's good to use your thighs. So I like to do a march. And this is so intense on your quads.
Oh my, it looks intense.
And then do some squats.
Okay, I see. Every station. Okay.
And then we'll do march again. Some squats. And a march. All right. Susie, go get your ball. There she goes. Knees up, knees high, march, 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 march. Breathe, 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 breathe. Very good. There she goes. She's from southwestern Pennsylvania. She's a bowler.
And I'm coming down sideways.
Keep your arms out. Keep your arms out to catch yourself. Very good.
All right.
All right, Cinderella, give me any shoe.
Let's go with the big foot. There's the big one. I always get my shoes, I always try the left one on, because I smashed this one in a motorcycle accident years ago, so it doesn't feel the same as the other foot.
Even though we're running through the mud, good shoe wear is important. All these pieces here are not just fancy design. They are on purpose to help give support across the top of the foot, and then you see that the toe has a guard on it so that it can protect your toes from anything smashing into it. Then the lightweight material there is so that there's breathability. So with the taping, we don't want to take away from the shoe, and so I'll show you how we do it so that your shoe still will do what it's supposed to do, but that it'll stay on while you do it.
Okay, so you don't want to like tape up all of my like little knobs under there or anything.
I first go up through the arch because that's a place that's least affected. People tend to strike on their heel or their toe. So when I tape up through, one of the first things I tape are the laces.
Oh, okay.
And this is a tip for anybody taping. Fold your edges over, because at the end of the race, you want to find those edges because you want that tape off. And if you have it all smushed down, you won't find that edge.
Oh, well, you've got all the ins and outs.
And that'll always help you with your roll too, when you put your tape away. So there, how's that for a little tip? Always fold your edge.
That's a good duct tape tip.
So you see that now
Okay.
I secured the laces, and that's important because you don't want your laces coming undone while you're running.
Okay, I was wondering about that earlier today.
So I tape them.
Okay.
The next thing I do, are you ready for this?
Yep.
Foot straight. It's not a pretty job, but it works like a gaiter.
Okay.
And the reason that we do that, now I won't tape you too tight,
Okay.
is we make a gaiter because as you're going, if mud was just mud, that would be one thing, but mud is a bunch of tiny little pieces in it, and we want to keep the mud out of the shoe.
Oh, I see.
You ever
Okay.
have a good run and you have a stone
Yeah.
in your shoe?
Uh-huh.
One of the quickest ways to get injured is that we're trying to run still with that stone in our shoe.
Because you don't want to take the time to stop and take it out. Oh,
So now
okay.
we're altering our own cadence to be able to accommodate that piece in our shoe. And so we want to make sure that we don't get anything in the shoe.
Okay.
And so there again, I folded it over, and I go just about shin height.
Okay.
And again, you can put on another layer just to make sure.
That thing's not coming off, though. I mean, I could get down in the mud, and that shoe's going to stay on.
All right, so I fold my edge over.
Okay.
There you go. So why don't you stand up on that?
Okay. Oh, that thing's not going anywhere. Thanks for being on the show today, Paul. I really appreciate it. We're headed out now to do the Wild Warrior Challenge, so I hope you stay tuned. It's coming up next. But Paul, thank you so much.
It's such a pleasure to be here again. As always, I appreciate you having me here. We're going to have a great time at the Wild Warrior Challenge. And for anybody watching that wants to come out and do this with us or be there, please challenge yourself to do something different. Get up off the couch. Break these old habits that are keeping you stuck in life. That's really our message. We want you out there doing something very different, something extremely healthy,
Push your body a little bit.
and something fun.
Something fun.
Something fun. And getting down and dirty and in the mud, believe it or not, is fun. We used to do it all the time as kids.
And we always had a good time, so we're going to do it again.
we're
So
going to bring the kid out in both of us. Thanks, Suze.
good luck, Paul.
In honor of EMS Week, Tri-Community South EMS would like to thank and recognize our staff. This year, EMS Week is May 18th through the 24th, and its theme is EMS Dedicated for Life. EMS work places EMTs and paramedics in touch with realities of life most people do not want to be associated with. It takes a special person to work in the EMS field, and we think our staff are special people. For more information about Tri-Community South EMS, visit tcsems.org.
Okay, so far it's been uphill, and I'm not that great at going uphill, but we made it. We made it to the top. Now we're gonna head down. I don't know what's coming. My first time, so we'll see what's coming up. So stick with me on this.
Get footing,
Okay,
and I keep a wide stance.
okay.
So, now you see the beauty of the tape. How you doing so far?
Well, the strength things, that's never a problem. I'm up and over, but the running, that hill just about killed me.
Yeah, when you first start, your heart rate jumps so high.
It was so high, my ears were hot.
Yeah, and then you have to calm it down.
I'm feeling better now.
Wait until you see this one. Come
Oh,
on.
we're not done yet?
All right. Good. Breathe it out. Take your time and breathe, Sue. Keep going, Susie. That's it. Arms and feet. That's it. One with your legs. You're good. Keep coming. They're working with you. Come on, babe. Keep coming. Almost there.
A little bit more. Just that. There's nothing good with that 243.
What did you weigh last year?
When I was doing race count with you, I was like 218.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's all right.
Yeah.
Two more pulls.
I'm running off my run time too.
Don't stop yet.
Oh no. Hey, balance. You got this.
Keep the lights up.
Well, Susie, we did it.
We did it. We did it. And Darla, this is Paul's wife, Darla. The three of us, we made it. And the one thing I want to say, this is something different. Just like I told you, I have never done anything like this. And Paul and Darla got me involved here. And I really had a great time. And the way I see it, you've got three choices. You can give in, you can give up, or you can give it all you got. And that's just what we did.
We sure did.
I'm always asking you to take the challenge. Today I took the challenge, so try something different this summer. Doesn't have to be a mud run, just anything different, break out of the rut. And take the challenge and commit
To be
fit.